I kind of think you could do this transparently through the nano machines or something like that. Also, the nature of the weapons you're using puzzle me somewhat. Most of the time you're running around with a weapon called the plasma cutter. The main reason for this being is most of the aliens, you can cut their arms and legs off because you can't really kill them. You can just make them ineffectual. Like, you can't make them kill you. If you cut off their claws, they can't hurt you. So you spend this thing, you're kind of using a modified plasma cutter, which is a salvage tool, to kill these monsters. Okay, fine. That's kind of cool. We're using, like, hardware, power tools, essentially, to kill monsters. Okay, I'm down with that. So let's go look at the other weapons that we use, and I'll just ask you when you would ever use these in a salvage operation. Okay, the line gun. Mainly you have to play this game to know what I'm talking about, but the line gun shoots this horizontal wave out in front of it that cuts things. That, like, it just slices anything in its path. Okay, that's another cutting implement, and you're done with that. Maybe you're like, I could cut some kind of giant girder in space. Okay, fine. I'll go with you on that. You're cutting large industrial beams with the line gun. However, the secondary fire on that is a timed mine with radial damage. That's unusual. Okay. The third is the pulse rifle. Okay, you steal a Marine's pulse rifle. I'm down with that. My favorite is the Ripper. The Ripper is a medium-range, remote-controlled circular saw blade. Who invents that? I mean, it's awesome, but who... Either it's a weapon or it's a tool. Who's like... Either you're a Marine with a really sick sense of humor going like, I'm going to run around and shoot a remote-controlled circular saw blade at my enemies. Okay, or you're a space lumberjack and you're like, I'm going to go cut that tree down over there. Shock, shock. And you shoot your remote-controlled circular saw blade and you chop down a tree. I just question why you would ever invent such a device that it seems like a really easy way to get hurt accidentally with your remote-controlled saw blade. All right, and why anyone would buy these things commercially? Like, what possible use could you have for this inside a spaceship? All right, the contact beam, a very powerful build-up single-shot energy blast. Okay, it's a weapon, whatever. A force gun, a wide cone, short range, high knockback, damage force blast. Is this a weapon? And the flamethrower. Again, why do you need a flamethrower in space? Doesn't that seem like really dangerous in an oxygen-rich environment when you're shooting around a flamethrower? Why do you need one? Is it to stop all the people with the circular saw guns that are running around? I just don't understand why these things exist. Also, the stasis and kinesis modules. You have these devices on your suit called stasis and kinesis. One of them slows, like you point at a device and it slows it down into bullet time. And also you have telekinesis. Okay, in System Shock you had psychics who could do these things psychically with their minds. Okay. And for some reason I was kind of more able to accept that, except for the fact that now we're just told we have these things. They're just like, Isaac, use your stasis to slow that horrible whirling machine down. And you're like, all right, science! And you stop these things with the power of science. I would just like to know, I would just like it explained how we come to have these personal bullet time devices and personal telekinetic devices that we can throw things around. I just don't understand why we have them and why they operate on battery power. Can I have like a cord that I can plug into a wall and throw things however I want? Can I just slow people down for fun? Does it hurt them? Did people do this routinely, or is it just kind of a salvage thing? Is it weaponized? I don't know. But anyway, that's my general review of Dead Space. It's a good game. I had fun. I just didn't think that it made a whole lot of sense. So anyway, I would rent it. You could probably beat this in a weekend. Again, the story is nothing special. It's your usual stable of Isaac, we need to send a distress call. Enable the comm array. Oh crap, the comm array is damaged. Get a replacement part from here. Oh, somebody locked the door where the replacement part is. We need to find the captain. Captain's in medbay, and now we need to find a way to open medbay. Here's how you blow the door open to medbay. But to get the explosives, we need to go down to chemical storage. So you kind of got these layered objectives that just one on top of the other, stack and stack and stack, and it's standard. It's still pretty scary. Okay, I won't say scary. It mainly relies on the jump scares, but for that type of game, it's okay. Resident Evil 4 in space. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I've gone on longer than I should have. Have a good weekend, guys.